It's time once again for everybody to come aboard that one and done train. Welcome to One and Done. Bienvenidos a todos a One and Done, your fast break of college basketball information, coming to you live tonight to bring you this heat in those DFS streets. We're happy that you joined us here on the show. My name is Jay Heinrich, and if you don't know, now you know I'm the conductor of the aforementioned One and Done train, joined tonight by the man around here known as El Capitan himself. He's the captain of the One and Done ship at MC Holland 34 on X, the OG Money Mike. That is Mr. Mike Holland. Mike, what it do, baby?
What it do, man? We are back for another Saturday slate. So I'm excited about that one. Sutton a little bit. Should be able to make some profit. Made some profit last night in the DFS streets on DraftKings. Making some profit tonight. Yeah, man, we got the live chat fired up. Forklift Jeremy's in here. What it do, Forklift? And then Barrett coming through. What's up, Brock? Man, Barrick's obviously one of the better CBB DFS players in the game. And then speaking of the Godfather, as you say.
Yes.
I wanted to say it one time, man. You always get to say it. The Godfather of Iowa bowling.
That's right. Our guy CT Huggin, C Thuggin, our guy Cam in the live chat. Join them if you will. Hit the subscribe button and hop on in. Let's get to the overview of this slate. Mike, I know we're all excited to get to it. We got a 9-gamer tipping at noon Eastern. 2K to first is the big contest. What is your quick overview here before we get this game-by-game breakdown?
Yeah, so you look at it, there's 6 totals. So 9 total games. You got 6 totals under 150, a couple at 155, and then you have the big total, 174, that we're going to want to get a lot of exposure to. Not a lot of slate-breaking studs on this one, man. That mid-tier, once again, is loaded. There is value. We do need some news. This is obviously recording the night before. But yeah, man, like you can kind of do what you want. There's a lot of options. So yeah, it's going to be a fun one. And guess what we have back by popular demand, Jay?
Let's go.
The old QR code at the top, known as the One and Done Invitational number 10, right above Jay there. So click it, jump in, $5. Let's have some fun.
It's also going to be right there in the live chat, the link to our DraftKings One and Done Invitational, also known as the MC Holland 34 Invitational, lovingly around these parts. Hop in there, man. We have 30, 40 people that'll end up in there, and it's just, some breadheads in there being breadheads. So hop in, show us what you got. We'd love to see you in there. We'd love to see you in the live chat. Also, hit the subscribe button, join 1,700. What are we at? 1720 something. There we go, 1726. We'll see the 1730 after this show. On our way to 11 gazillion fulfillion and one. We're going to get a special plaque from YouTube for that one. And you get a special plaque for being a Kentucky fan right now with the roller coaster, the hearts, the hard attacks, I should say, the ups and downs that they're giving you. And we're going to start with their game. I'm so excited to get to it. I can't even talk right. Kentucky at Tennessee. Mike, this is not one of those games that are over 150. A 145-point implied total here. Both of these teams are the middle of the road in tempo. Not really what we're looking for. Good defensive teams, but Tennessee not as good as they have been, and we've talked about that a lot on this show. So that might bode well for Kentucky, maybe not, considering it doesn't feel like that they can really string together much, but they're going to have their hands full at Tennessee here. Let's start with the Wildcats, Mike. 39th in bench minutes. Thumbs down right there. Of course, Lowe's out for the year. Jaden Quaintance is questionable, feeling better, but his status is still unknown. That's one of those questionables that you were talking about in your open there that we need to pay attention to. Somebody that we know will be out there is Otega Owe, at 9,700, man, a big time price tag.
Hello.
Yeah, whoa is right. 25% usage rate, 25% shot rate, and you're paying for every bit of that. I don't think you use him on this slate with the limited upside. You're paying for every bit of that upside that you expect from Owe. Are you avoiding him too? And what are your other thoughts on the Kentucky side, Mike?
Hey, look, Cam's in here, and what I'm going to say about Owe, I'm going to say about Pop Isaacs, I don't really love playing guys for ceiling type games at Tennessee.
Yeah.
Cam. I can't wait to hear his comment on that since he did have a really nice game. But yeah, man, there's just not a lot of upside at 9,700. You got Malachi Moreno. Obviously, we would need Clayton's out to get to Moreno here. 5,900, man. Like, I wish they would just, they probably will once Clayton's is I don't know why he's even playing right now, man. He just doesn't look right. Obviously having some issues here, but you get 25 to 30 minute Moreno. This isn't the scariest front court. It's okay, I guess. I would say he's more of a I don't even know if he's a cash target on the road here, but I don't know. 25 to 30, it's not out of the realm of possibilities. I just don't love it because you can't tell me that he's going to play 28 to 30 minutes. He should, but obviously some fouling issues and things like that. I just don't love a lot on the Kentucky side, Jay. Aberdeen, Cam Williams, like they're not at value. I mean, I know Aberdeen's 5,900, so he's no longer at a value price tag. He's the de facto point guard now. Kind of limited in upside. Like I think he's just okay. Cam Williams sitting here at 4,300. I don't love playing a 15% usage rate, just kind of standing in the corner shooting threes. And he basically took Diabate's role, which was what Cam was saying. Diabate, this is kind of crazy that he's not playing essentially. It's more second. I mean, not even a secondary value. Jay's more of like a tertiary value. Plays this the floor spacer here, man. That's the
Wow.
Are heated up here, man. You can't love Kentucky with a 70-point implied total once we talk about all these other teams.
Yeah, it's hard to get to that. Cam saying this Tennessee team is a little bit like a fake Tennessee. Is it like when Diesel and Razor Ramon left and went to WCW, and then WWF still ran out the Diesel and Razor characters, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing that version of Tennessee right now. Is that basically what we're seeing? Basically. Well, let's get to that Tennessee side. Jacoby Gillespie here at 9,500. Here's we're starting to get more into those more reliable spend ups here, especially in cash for Gillespie. I know we always say that we like Gillespie in a cash play no matter what, but he's also prone to go for 40, to go for 54 as he did a couple of games ago, man. So such a big role for this team. He's live to play all 40 if he stays out of foul trouble. The upside's there for tournaments, man. I don't know if I'm excited about 9.5K. It's just, I don't know. He's playable in all formats, man. If you're going to spend up, Gillespie's one that I don't have any issues with for sure.
Yeah, this seems kind of weird, man. Like before the double overtime game, the minutes were spread out. It was really Gillespie playing all the minutes at the point, and it seemed like everybody else was kind of in a timeshare except for Nate Mint, who's just kind of in a weird situation. His usage has definitely fallen, but the shot rate's not going anywhere. And he has rebounding and some stock upside. He's definitely coming off the big second half and double overtime game. But before that, he's kind of living in the 20 fantasy point range, which you can't have at 8K. The rates are still there, man. He played 43 minutes of double overtime. He had only played 30-plus minutes once in the previous 6 games, so in one of the previous 6 games. A lot of that has to do with blowouts and foul trouble, though, so not going to look too deep into that. Obviously, he has 32 to 35 minutes as a ceiling here. But now he's a lot more expensive than he was the last time that we played him, man. So, it's in that 7K range, which felt a lot cheaper. Man, it's tough with like Bishop Boswell, Felix Okpara, Jalen Carey, like all these dudes are kind of living in this, 45 to, Boswell's up here to 5,800, which is, a 9% shot rate. Like he needs rebound stocks and he needs to essentially get, easy dunks and transition and things like that. Kind of have to overlook double overtime last game, man. So, he's kind of like the Jemai Meshack 22, 24-minute energy guy that starts the game. Par at 4,900. I used him last game because he was just over 4K. Now he's at 5K, and just not a guy that takes a lot of shots. All the shots are going through Emmett and Gillespie, and then obviously Carey off the bench does some things in the post. So, yeah, man, I guess for me, like Gillespie all the way up, Nate Emmett sitting there at 8K. I don't know that anybody's going to play him at 8K, so kind of interesting as a large field option. You got to beat 735 teams to win 2K.
Boswell feels so mispriced that he's going to be the one guy that ends up on a lineup that pays out or something. It's just going to feel weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're like, what the hell's he doing
right?
on that lineup?
But yeah, exactly. He's that guy that you see there and you're like, what the heck? But it could happen. He's showing the ceiling there. I'm not trusting it though in this matchup. Thanks for hanging out with us as we head down the road here to this Saturday slate. We're glad you're hanging out with us. 2K to first is what we're playing for here. We're chasing commas out here for sure. Let's hop in that live chat real quick. I saw Warren in there saying, hey, good to see you in the live chat, Warren. Good to see you, man. Always good to see people in the chat. Um, Rock, let us know your favorite GPs in the live chat. Everybody, let us know some of your favorite plays are in the live chat as we roll through here. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll see if some of that stuff lines up with what we say as we go along. Agree, disagree. That's what we're here for. Hop in the live chat and let us know
No,
what
if
you
you
think.
disagree, you're out of here. No, I'm just kidding.
Ban them, kick them out. You out of here, right there. No, hey, let us know, man. We'd love to hear what you have to say in the live chat. So hit the subscribe button and do just that. Georgia Tech and NC State, the next game on the slate, a 155-point implied total in this one, but a 17-point spread according to KenPom's metrics. NC State with 86 of those. But we're going to start with the Georgia Tech side. Mike, 69 implied points. Nice on that one. 48th in tempo, so top 50 in tempo. They're going to pace up NC State on this evening. We don't like another double-digit team in bench minutes used here.
Kind of a theme on this one,
66th. Yeah, don't like to hear that. It's kind of unpredictable. What are we going to get? Who's going to be out there at opening tip? 8th different starting lineup last game. Got some guys questionable. Celia has missed 3 out of the last 4, so they're hoping to get him back. But I don't know, man. Jack is struggling coming in. Lost 3 straight, 1-4 in the ACC. You got Reeves sitting there, but he's probably the only guy I'd look at. But even then, this is probably just feels like a cross off. Reeves just takes a bunch of shots, and he's gonna be out there, man. But let's focus on the NC State side in this game. A really nice spot against the struggling Yellow Jackets defense.
Yeah, so I mean, you got 86 implied here, Jay. We absolutely love that, man. And guess who's back? Back again, and he's at 8,100, probably where he should be. Dan Williams finally starting to put it together. I cannot say that he is safe for cash because we've seen him in games just stand in the corner and not get the ball. So it's like, what is happening? But definitely a tournament play, man. He's still got upside even when he gets into the 9K range, obviously. Putting up 44 in the last game, 36 the previous game. Kind of a nicer lower end option than the high tier. We got to talk about this Kadir Copeland and Paul McNeil range, man. 7,500 and 7,100 respectively. I don't ever play McNeil because he's shot dependent, but if you do and he goes off, like, congratulations. I would definitely much rather play Copeland. He hurt everyone last time out. Pretty popular against FSU, man, and everyone else went off on the team, and he was in foul trouble, getting technicals, things like that. I like going right back to the well with him, man. We know the role that he has. Obviously, a 27% usage rate and a massive assist rate. That's kind of what you want when you have a team implied total of 86 going up against a defense that doesn't really stop anything. So, yeah, really like Kadir Copeland here. Vanilla Lubin, we nailed the matchup, man. We said against FSU, you should probably play him in tournaments, and he went over 5X. But it's not the best matchup here, but he can still play 30 to 32 minutes as long as he's like at the 6K range. He's okay for tournaments. He could definitely dud. So boom, bust, large field play, obviously. And then we got to talk about Jason B's talking about it, man. We got to figure out what to do here, man, because it was a lot easier when Trey Holloman wasn't playing. You had Matt Abel. We were just like, all right, you just click, you just play him, and we're just gonna lock in our 20 plus fantasy points at a really cheap price tag, and he's still cheap. I mean, it's an NBA guy. He's got upside. His rates are still really nice. He just needs minutes. But like, what's gonna happen with Holloman here? But before we get to Holloman, who's at 3,200, you got to talk about Arsenault, who he came over from the national championship appearance, Houston Cougars, and wasn't really doing anything for this team to start the year. I'm not sure what Will Wade was doing, but he's looked really nice in the last couple of games with a 33 spot, the 22 spot. It's 4,200, so he's still dirt cheap. I think he's going to be somewhat popular. I don't know, because Trey Holloman's sitting down here at 3,200, man. And Cam's asking if we fire him up, and yeah, it's hard not to. Like, it's really hard not to. But the thing is, what if his role's kind of diminished because of what Abel's done recently, what Arsenault has done? If he comes out and plays 10 minutes, you're not obviously winning anything with him. But the problem is, Jay, if he comes out and plays 18 minutes and then, Abel comes down to, 18, Arsenault comes down, to 16 or whatever, like, they play Breed 15 to 18 minutes as he starts, and they don't really want to use him. He's just like the de facto starter. There's a lot of options on this team, but man, if you click the right ones, I want probably 2 pieces from this game on every lineup. But it's more of a lottery down here in the value. I'm
Arsenal's not the
worried.
Arsenal's not the only guy that we were asking Will Wade what the heck he was doing, like on this
Yeah.
side,
Yeah.
this season, obviously. But Williams is playing better, like you said, and you got to get in on this side. You have to find a way to get
Yeah.
in, and you just hope you click the right one, right? If you're playing mass multi entry, or you just
Yeah, just
dropping,
spraying it around.
yeah, if you're dropping a few shells in the big jam, going for 2K, like just figure it out, pick a couple and ride with it, and then fill it in with some of the rest of these players that we're going to talk about here coming up. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I see everybody's hanging out in the live chat tonight. All the OGs. Good to see Jason B back in there. Proc hanging out again. Warren, Cam. We got Stan Q31. What's up,
What
Stan?
up, Stan Q?
Good to see you, man. Back at it. Yeah, the MC
Is it-
Holland 34 Invitational. Man, the live chat's on fire tonight. Hop in there with everybody if you haven't already. And let's get onto this next game here. As
That
the
must be
live chat is.
Darren's burner there with Jeremy Forklift doing his best.
Oh,
Oh, there it
man.
is. Like right, you say his name and he appears.
Yeah, it's like Darren's the Joe Hendry of our universe out here. Good to see you, man. Let's keep it rolling here. Let's hop over to Virginia at SMU. Another game with a 155-point implied total, but projected to be a lot closer affair in this one. Let's start with the Virginia side here. Back to the Virginia of old, playing slower than Christmas. We didn't know what was going on last season when all of a sudden they were sub 100 and tempo and they're getting up and down a little bit. Oh, yeah, this is the Virginia that we know, right? But let's start with them. Tez the Ritter, 6,900. 26% usage, 27% shot rate, 23.5% rebound rate, 12% assist rate, 3.5% stock rate. Why do I read out all those rates? Because we're only paying $6,900 for a player that contributes nearly everything to this team. Last 2 games, he's even played more minutes. I love his upside in tourneys, Mike. He hasn't been this cheap in a month. I love a guy on the dip like this. And this is an SMU team that he's going up against that struggles with versatile bigs. That's why I'm reading off every single thing that he does, because he does so much for this team. And SMU normally struggles against guys like this. So I like him a lot in all formats.
Yeah, I mean, as long as Ritter and Grunlow continue to be under 7K, like you got to take shots at them in tourneys. Like, last game it wasn't DeRitter, it was Grunlow. DeRitter every now and then he just kind of pops off. Grunlow's kind of the same way, man. Like it's not a guarantee, but you kind of like this spot. This isn't a great SMU defense. They're going to be able to stretch the floor against these guys. Grunlow, man, a lot more risky. He feels kind of like a chase. He just crushed Louisville. He still has to be considered for tournaments here. And then, I don't play Dallin Hall, especially when he gets up to this price tag, but I know the minutes are really nice. I kind of want to see what Jakari. It's more probably a wait and see with Jakari White. Like he's kind of like Trey Holloman. He's sitting over here at 3,300, right? But this is a guy that has flashed 25 plus fantasy upside in it. And even in some of the games where some of the shots are falling, he's very shot dependent, only a 15% assist rate, and doesn't do much else. Even if he gets a 16 here, it's not terrible. I do think there's a lot of mid-tier options that you're going to be able to get to. So he just saw 12 minutes in that return. If he gets 18 to 20 in this next one, could he get there? Absolutely. It's kind of like a Trey Holloman again, man. Just kind of interesting, man. I love the mid-tier in this one, man. Man, the live chat is just blowing up here, dude.
Loving it. Steve hopping in there. Jeff, everybody, good to see.
What's up, Steve?
Hey, always good to see Steve in the live chat. Jeff, yes, finding your way into the live chat.
Yeah, didn't he just win the I was gonna say MC Holland Invitational? Didn't he just win
the MC Holland 34 Invitational? Yeah, I think Jeff is the current title holder over there right now in those DK streets. So good to see him in the live chat.
Yeah, Peterson's pretty good
as well. And we were talking about that one, Steve, in the studio ahead of the game. And it's just, again, when he's on the court, man, like Peterson is the real deal. What a first half tonight against Baylor. But we've talked about the first half of this matchup here between Virginia and SMU. Let's get to the other side of it with the Ponies. 77 implied points here. And a bench minutes that we like here. 352nd. I'm gonna stand up. That's
350
standing
seconds.
ovation there. 352nd and bench minutes used, man. I love that. Starters playing big minutes, of course. And that starts with Boopy, 10.1K. What a time to be alive, paying 10K for Boopy in 2026, man. Like, but he's been great, right? I don't know if I want to play him in tournaments over 10K like this, looking at a 5-figure price tag. I don't know, man. I don't expect this to be the best game environment. And like I was hinting at earlier, Virginia's a bit slower these days and tougher defensively. So if you can get some of these other guys for cheaper, Mike, that's probably the direction that I'm going. I'm probably fading Boopy at this price tag.
So here's the weird thing about SMU. Like, all these guys are basically max priced. I mean, you look at Boopy, you're paying max price for Boopy. BJ Edwards, 8,300. Like, that's max price for BJ Edwards. He has not topped this price point. He's been this price point one other time this year. Yes, he does everything and contributes across the board. But man, like, you're relying on him to make some shots and to take some shots. And it's kind of hard to do that when Boopy and our guy Jaron Pierre will take a bunch of shots in the backcourt. So I'm not in love with the SMU side. You got Toglu, you got Pierre sitting at 6,200. They're kind of opposite of each other. Obviously, one's a big and Pierre's the guard, but like, Gigi just doesn't take enough shots, and then Pierre only shoots. Like, it's like, can you do something else? I'm probably not gonna. I don't know, man. Like, if you want to, I just don't see the need to do this. Like, yeah, like, do they have a 28 fantasy point upside? Maybe. Yeah, Boopy's definitely a bucket, man. I wish we could get Corey Washington out again because Jamar Toombs was a fun play against Duke. He was a fun. I mean, dude, he's a solid player, man. He's a good looking frosh for them. It's hard to expect it. Like, you kind of expect him to play bigger minutes now after what he's done in the last 2 games, but you got Washington just kind of sitting in here. That's gonna play 25 minutes or so. So kind of hard to love these guys. That basically everybody but Washington, who's basically fallen off because of the injury and also because of Toombs, how he's played. I mean, you're not getting 3K Toombs, you're not getting 6K BJ Edwards, you're not getting 9,000 Boopy Miller. Like, you're paying max prices. So yeah, I mean, the thing is, you do know who's on the floor. So like, if you're gonna go stars and scrubs, like, I don't mind Boopy, but it's just, I'm probably not playing anybody else. I don't know. Kind of a weird spot.
Washington's interesting. I mean, at that price tag, if you're looking for somebody at the end of your night or at the end of your lineup, I should say, and it's intriguing, but again, like, it's just, you got to pick the right one. That's usually what it comes down to, right? Like, the right game environment you want to be a part of, but did you pick the right guy? And Toombs is a little bit more of an expensive experiment to have to be a part of here. And you're paying for that ceiling definitely at 5,500 here. So we'll see if we'll see if we can pick the right one, man. And we hope we're chasing those commas. We're over getting that bread in those DK streets. We're happy that you joined us here on One and Done. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons if you haven't already. Got an ugly one coming up, man. Boopy still
hit that 50-footer. That video, did you see that video on Twitter with the guy, like, the Virginia Tech fan? He like falls over and like literally just like lays on the ground. That's great.
Classic.
Great. So sorry, Steve.
Anyway. It's good time stuff. Yeah, sorry, Steve. No, but it is what it is.
It's a great shot.
Yeah, it was a great shot. Not so great. UGLY, they ain't got no alibi. It's ugly. Notre Dame at Virginia Tech, 141 implied points according to KenPom's metrics here. I don't even know where I want to start. All right, let's start with let's start with Notre Dame here. 47th in bench minutes. No, bad. Jalen Harrelson at 6,500. I mean, if they're gonna score, it's going to be Harrelson. The bread coma. Nice, Darren. If they're going to score, it's going to be Harrelson, right? And this is a tough road spot for this freshman to have to figure it out. One of those many, many talented freshmen that we've seen throughout the country this year that have had to step up and be the focal point of their rosters, and they're doing a really nice job of it. But I feel like Harrelson's more of a floor play here. I'm not touching him in tourneys, really. He's just, that if something happens for them, he's gonna be in the middle of it, man.
Yeah, but that's like, do I want to be in the middle of the rest of this, like, or even him at the price tag? Like, I just don't know that there's a point to it, man. Like, there's 68 team total, 10 guys hit the scorer's table. I don't know who the hell's going to play 28 minutes nightly. Sometimes they play 28. Garrett Singer will check in, play 28 or whatever, and then he's going to play 10 minutes, and then Logan Imes will play 34 minutes, and then he'll play 26, and then I don't know, man. So I don't really see the point going here, man. This game's pretty much a cross off, except like we look at this Virginia Tech side, Jay. Like Amani Hansberry, I just don't love that Lawal's back. The rates are nice, but I just ugly game environment, man. But Avdalas, like 6,700, you have to like him in tourneys. As a kind of I'd say more cash, honestly, because of the price tag, right? And the game environment's a little bit tougher to get to him in tourneys, but he hasn't been this tag since 2 games into the year. So I don't mind. You're going to get 35 minutes, and his ball's going to be in his hands. He's going to take a bunch of shots here. As Cam saying, hit the lock button for old Toby Lawal. I find Toby Lawal slightly interesting, and Steve is the resident Virginia Tech guy, so I would love to get his thoughts in the chat on Lawal's role here. The game environment, Jay, it just sucks. Like, and Lawal's coming back. He's had couple of games back now, 18 minutes, 24 minutes, all off the bench. Like, if you were telling me if he starts, then I would have interest, right? Like, I need 30. I probably need 28 to 30 in this game environment because, man, there's just not a lot of possessions in this game.
Yeah, there we go. Stan hopping in there, letting us know. Abdullah, love it, man. Hey, yeah. Other than that, like, cash game for sure, and that's a name that you might see later on in the core 4, and that's what we call a tease, at least for the cash side of it. But yeah, man, it's a tough game to really want to get into. Not a great game environment at all. But what is a great environment? One and done. And we're happy that you're hanging out with us, chatting about DFS. Of course, we're living over on DraftKings, the MC Holland 34 Invitational. I mean, the one and done Invitational number 10 is in the live chat. Make sure you hop in. Get in over there with us. $5 to get in, and 30 or 40 of your fellow breadheads can hop in and have a little bit of fun, win a little bit of money, talk a little bit of trash, and then you can show up right after you win. It's interesting, because I hadn't seen Jeff in a while, and all of a sudden he wins the one and done Invitational, and he hops in the live chat.
What is that about?
Just messing with you, man. Love it though. Get the bragging rights and come and hang out with us in the live chat for sure. We'd love to see you. We would love to have you in. All right. Can you get me a little bit more interesting game here? I mean, this back-to-back, like in the 140s, man, like you're killing me. But UConn and Georgetown, let's get to it and get through it. 143 implied points here. Neither one of these teams gets up and down. Another game, without a ton of possessions. Let's start with UConn, 104th in bench minutes. This is the theme of the night, and it's one that I do not like, not in the least bit here. But positive note, all 5 starters did play 32 or more minutes last game. So if we want to sort of hold on to that and hope that happens again, then maybe we have a little bit of interest here, right? So Georgetown is a bottom 3 defense during Big East play, giving up 37% from 3. Can UConn take advantage of that? Terrace Reed, the big man, of course, 9,200, not going to shoot the threes, but he is the beast down low, of course, that we know and love. Very interested in the 33 and 36 minutes that he's played in 2 out of the last 3. Where you cannot score fantasy points, Mike? On the Pine. So if you're on the floor for minutes like that, a 36-minute Terrace Reed, I might be a little bit interested because this is like a 2010 type of environment for him here. You're paying for it though, a big price tag, and he could just as easily as he could play 36 minutes, he could play 25. So I mean, really, this is as about as fiery of a tournament play as you can get here in terms of the highs and the lows, the floor and the ceiling. But Reed is definitely an intriguing play.
Yeah, what's even weirder about him is that he could still get there and he could throw up 40 fantasy points in 25 minutes. It's just like, you just don't know with Terrace Reed, right? Feel a little more comfortable. I think Caravan's a cool tournament play, man. Like, I wish he was a tad bit cheaper. I wish you're getting like 70. I was playing him when he's like 7,600. He has 35 fantasy point upside. We've seen it in his bag. He can definitely fry them from three. You're saying giving up 37% from three. They're gonna have to help out down low to stop Reed. He's gonna fire off a bunch of threes. He has some rebounding upside, has a little bit of shot blocking ability. I think he's kind of cool for a large field play. You got Brandon Mullins, you got all these, Solo Ball. These are those other guys that are playing, but I think for me, if I'm going to pick any of them, I'm more interested in Demary because he's got the ball in his hands a ton. He's got a high usage rate, high assist rate, a high steal rate. If he's going to play, he's kind of like Reed. Like he wasn't non-con. He wasn't really playing big minutes, right? Well, if you give me 32 plus minute as Demary, I don't mind it as a large field. So I don't mind it, man. But both these game environments ugly. Like neither team, they're both sub 200 in tempo. So it's not like you're gonna get a bunch of possessions. So you can't play multiple guys on here. You gotta pick one, and you just hope that UConn guy is the one that goes off.
Stan is saying it's time to play Reed, and that he's probably going to play him to win the the MC Holland 34 Invitational, is what it sounds like. So shout out to you, Stan, and shout out to our guy Jeff. Got a new iPad for Christmas. The kids taught him how to use it, man. So he's back in the live chat hanging out with us. I love to see that. Love to hear it, man. Good to see you as always. Of course, Georgetown side, Mike, 65 implied points according to Ken Palm's metrics. I'm not, Let's look for some positives here, man. 4 starters log big minutes. Let's just start there. Okay. KJ Lewis has definitely taken that PV role, right, from last year. It's a tough matchup, but we know the minutes are going to be there for him. And the rates are great. 28% usage, 27% shot, 21% rebound, 20% assist. The stocks are there. He's going to chip and dip. He's going to do all those things that you need him to do. They're at home. And I expect a big run out of him. He's in the tourney player pool at minimum. You've got to consider throwing him in there once or twice, especially if you're doing a ton of entries. KJ Lewis for sure. 8,400. I would like him at maybe 8K flat, 79, maybe 500 less. I would really be smashing that button. But he's got to be in your player pool, Mike, I believe.
Yeah. So you look at Georgetown, right? It's like, you have a little bit of a boost, right? When you're at home here, they need something. They need something to go right. Malik Mack, 6,300. Like, it's hard to get excited about him. It's just an ugly team total, Jay. Like, he's going to play 33 minutes or more. I don't know. I'm not in love with it. I want to know what's up here. Langston Love, dude. This has got to be the final year of Langston Love. He's 4,100. Started and played 37 minutes last game. 37 minutes last game, Jay. In a game that scored 169 points. And he had 12.25 fantasy points. Okay. This is a worse matchup, but if you tell me he's going to play 37 minutes.
Yeah.
If you tell me he's going to play 32 minutes,
at this price tag,
it's just, I don't know, man. He doesn't do anything but shoot threes, though. So it's kind of, maybe we just remember, he's a Baylor. He had a little bit more of a role, right? But I just, what are we doing here, man?
you say this is the end of Langston Love, we didn't just see Puff Johnson get reinstated today. I mean, nobody knows anymore, right? But
dude, this is going from the up and down matchup against Creighton to, nothing any good. Obviously an overtime game, right? So you're looking at 36, 37 minutes. You show it down to 30. That still says 32 to 31. I don't know, man. He's in the value player. It's just not exciting.
Yeah. Not getting me all tingly. That's to say the least, for sure. All right, let's keep it rolling here. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And the live chat is on fire tonight. Let's keep it going. Nape's pushing the buttons tonight. Shout out to Napesy Hustle back there doing his thing. Get in the live chat. He's going to start flashing them up as you put them in there. We're going to get through a couple of games that we're just going to roll through here. Let's get the live chat popping. Let's see some stuff get put up on the screen here as we get to these next 2 games. Butler and Seton Hall, 144 implied points. You can only really count on a few guys for 30 minutes on the Butler side And Seton Hall's a tough place to get going on the road, man. So you got Ajayi on this Butler side at 10.3K. This is the guy that does everything for them, right? He's going to play every minute he can handle. He's only been under 30 fantasy points one time this year, not two, not three, one time this year. Tough matchup, I know, but he's going to be hard to ignore because that double-double upside is there. We know we love a good double-double bonus on this one. And again, this is Hall, and they are Seton Hall, and they're 10th rated defense. So, they're super slow. It's just one of those things where if you're gonna pay this much, he's got to hit his ceiling here to pay this off. And I don't know if I wanna take that chance. But again, he does everything for them, man.
Yeah, it's kind of in a weird spot. There's one spin up that we're going to talk about that just makes like you're just going to play him. So, and the mid tier, we're getting to it. We've got to get to these grody games. But Finley Bizjack at 5,100, it's kind of hard not to play him. You got him and Kaiser 5,100, 4,800, and Kaiser just shoots corner threes and kind of needs boards to get there. But Bizjack, man, there's a floor here at 32 minutes, even against Hall, that he's at 15 fantasy points. So, 3x basically. So it's hard to imagine that he doesn't get to value, man, even though it's looked pretty bad. The shot should be there for him. I just don't know. Cam likes some biz. He is the biz whisperer from the other night. So yeah, we'll go with what Cam says. And then this Seton Hall side, Jay, like 10 guys check in. It's Shaheen Holloway. Like, he demands defense. He wants to win defensive games. Butler's the worst defense in the Big East. So yeah, I think Adam Clark is kind of a sneaky tourney play. It's a 75 implied team total, dude. But you got 10 guys hitting the scorers table, man. It just rotates. Like, who's playing 28? Who's playing 22 minutes? Clark is kind of the safest as far as minutes, and he kind of lives with what they give up. Butler cannot defend anything inside. They don't really have a Seton Hall does not guys they're going to dump it down to and have a high usage guy down low, but. Bud Clark, man, like, he's going to get into the lane, create assists. He loves the pull-up jumper. And then you have Mike Williams here. What happened to Stanton McCray? Stanton McCray just fell off a cliff, and his minutes have kind of been down. It's been going through Mike Williams and Adam Clark. Clark's shot rate at 24%. Butler also struggles to take care of the ball. And both of these guys sitting here, Jay, Adam Clark with a 4% steal rate and Mike Williams with a 3.5% steal rate. So I kind of like using one of these two as a one-off in tourneys, man, as weird as it sounds for Seton Hall.
You're gonna have to get to some lower price mid-tier guys or that borderline of that lower tier, and you could do worse. I feel like, especially the discount that you get on Clark. So got to consider those two guys on the Seton Hall side. Let's keep it rolling here through another one, kind of a stinker. Minnesota at Illinois here, 140 implied points. So shout out to Nico Medved, man, doing his thing up there in Minnesota. 62 implied points here. So that's not great by any stretch of the imagination. Illinois, obviously a top 20 defense here. The bench, though, for the Gophers they only played a combined 23 minutes last game. So the starters are going the distance.
Yeah.
Worst team total, but the starters are going to play, right? Cade Tyson, 9K flat. No need to worry. My accountant handles that. A nice bounce back year for him. But I'm crazy, man. I don't know if I'm this crazy. Okay. Like, he's going to shoot the ball, but I don't think you got to try to, just jam in a bunch of these 9K, 10K guys on this slate. You can have better options on your spend ups for sure.
Yeah, we finally get a team that just like plays their starters max minutes, and you're getting them on the road here with a 62 implied total in a team that's, bottom 20 in the country in tempo against a team that doesn't really want to push it up. That's really good offensively. Langston Reynolds, Isaac Osama, Jalen Crocker-Johnson, 7,600 all the way down to 7,200. All of them capable of going for 30 fantasy points. If you want to try and figure out which one's going to do it, I think if I were to go for one, I would take the guy that has at least assist upside with some shot volume and stock upside. Austin sitting with the 4.5 combined stock rate. Yeah, I think I'm good here too. Like, there's just not really a point, man. Especially when you talk about the Illinois side, that's closer to an 80 implied total, Jay. Like, it just doesn't. It doesn't make a lot of sense, which sucks because we know who's on the floor for them.
Why don't you Why didn't you tell me that the mixer wasn't in view, man? I was doing half the show without the vibes in the back, dude. Come on. Normally somebody will speak up about it. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get to this Illinois side. 78 implied points, 7-man rotation. Good spot here. Minnesota hadn't really shown any sparks defensively in Big Ten play, and they're giving it up on the glass too. Easy for me to say. Wagler, of course, 8,900. Awesome play in all formats. Probably looking at a 28 fantasy point floor, which that's fine, but we're looking for the upside here, which is 40 plus. And I think he can get there. And he can get there in any number of ways in this one, man. So a good spot for Wagler. What do you think about him and anyone else on this side?
Yeah, I think Wagler's kind of in that Gillespie role where it's like, I mean, okay, spin up guard right there. Like feels better than what we talked about with Tyson or even Ajayi in his matchup, even though Ajayi does everything for Butler. Boswell kind of like a turning pivot. I just you got the bigs on the scene. That's kind of who we want to target, right? But Boswell, he's kind of there. I wish he was $500 cheaper. I'd probably take some shots at him, but man, I think for me on the Illinois side, it kind of comes down to which big I'm going to play. If I'm going to play Tomislav and get burned because Zvonimir comes off the bench and plays a lot better, or am I going to play Merkovich, who, I mean, he came off the bench last game with an illness, so he really didn't do much. But Tomislav went off last game while he was kind of down. The game before that, they kind of flipped, right? Like one went for 30 the prior game, which was Tomislav. Merkovich went off the game before that for 30, and they're sitting at these tourney price tags here, man. I think I prefer Merkovich. His minutes floor should be good. Should be coming off. Shouldn't have to deal with this illness, man. He can just do a bunch of things offensively. Like they run the offense through him. Should start again. So yeah, I mean, like they got a 78 implied total here. Yeah, and Warren's right, man. I don't not since we got remember those 3K Merkovich because DraftKings doesn't know what's going on. He killed it in the preseason. And he just came out and was just crushing.
Those were the days.
Yeah, Tomislav wasn't playing. That was a lot easier, but now we got a bunch of them. So I played one of the other in tournaments for sure.
Yeah.
But we got a lot more exciting game coming up that I'm on a ton of pieces from, Jay.
Yeah, I'm glad we're out of these 140s here. Just putting me to sleep on some of these matchups. Some plays, though, that we needed to address because you're going to have to find a way to work some of these guys into your lineups. And, of course, you got to find it everywhere that you can. So we're happy that you joined us here on One and Done. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons if you have not already. The live chat is on fire. Our guy Steve dropping knowledge left and right. We got a lot of ball knowers in this live chat all the time, and Steve's at the top of that list. So make sure you hang out in there with him and Stan and Darren and Warren. Our guy Cam's in there, the godfather of Iowa bowling. We got Zach Green jumping in there. Zach, good to see you in the live chat as well. Everybody in here dropping knowledge. Forklift Jeremy was in here earlier tonight. Man, the live chat's on fire. Good to see you in here. Who I missed somebody? Oh, yeah, our guy Brock in there as well. So join everybody if you haven't already. We've got a couple of more games on this slate, and it is one that we definitely are going to have a ton of involvement in. And it's Alabama at Oklahoma, 174 implied points, according to Ken Palm's metrics here. Alabama pacing up those Sooners. We love a team that is 11th in tempo. We're going to see quite a few possessions in this game. Let's start with the Alabama side. As a matter of fact here, 38th in bench minutes. Boo. But some injuries, though. Only 7 players checked in last game, man. Wrightsell and Bristow are already ruled out, man. So what does that mean for Philon at 9,400? It means he's probably the best spend up on the slate. You can quote me. Sorry if it's not. But
you better
look at the profile, man.
Him.
Like, at me if you want to. But the ceiling is what we're chasing. We're chasing commas, we're chasing bread, and we're chasing 50 fantasy point type ceilings. And in this game, in this matchup, Philon fits that. Play him in all formats. It's almost open it up and find a way to get him in right away and then build around it. I'm going to have a hard time not being all in on him. I might have a couple that don't have him in there. But Philon is a guy that I just think we're going to have to smash early and often. and just sit back and watch him score the points.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be at 100%, Jay. Like, look at
100. Wow.
Yeah, look at Oklahoma's defensive metrics, man. They're 130th overall. Not great, right? I mean, when you slide past that top 50, you're giving it up. When you get outside the top 100 as a P14, you're really giving it up. And then when you look at their metrics, when you look at just conference play and 4 games played, 117 points per 100 possessions, like that is really, really bad. They gave up 96 to Florida, 83 to the Aggies, 72 to Mississippi State, who doesn't like to score the ball. So, yeah, man, like it's just kind of one of those things. They're not effective offense. So, like, when you play Bama, you need to score with them. They're not scoring the ball efficiently at all or shooting it efficiently at all. They're bottom 3 in scoring. What's Alabama going to do? They're going to get out and get in transition, man. So, yeah, Phylon, awesome play. Amari Allen, God, look at that price tag. I mean, the dude's an awesome player. That might be might be where I draw the line. I don't know. He's been good. That kind of takes a lot of the upside, especially with Holloway back, right? Like, I love Phylon. I don't know if I want to pay $300 less, Allen, but a turning pivot, right? Aiden Holloway's there at 7,200. Aiden Sherrill there at 7K. I think both these guys are really interesting on this one. I see Warren loves Sherrill. I just don't love Sherrill's minutes, but this is a good spot for him. This is a terrible Oklahoma. It's a great matchup. This is a terrible Oklahoma team as far as stopping fantasy points from happening.
Mm-hmm.
Holloway, I think I'd rather use him. He takes a ton of threes, right? So I want to get the assists lined up. So I don't mind playing Phylon with Holloway or Sherrill. I'd rather play, Holloway. It just mix and match, right? It's kind of one of those things where you just kind of mix and match. There's going to be a ton of fantasy points. So I think you can stack Sherrill with both of these guys, obviously, because he's going to grab rebounds and he's going to be one catching lobs and doing those things. So I think, the Holloway with Phylon is a little riskier, I think, because they can kind of eat away at each other and they haven't really done it together very often at these ceiling type price tags. So yeah, you just kind of mix it up, which means it's kind of cool for tournaments to do it that way in case you do hit it, man. But yeah, all these guys are really good plays. And with those guys out, man, we do have these other guys that are going to play 20 minutes, but they Houston Millette, like those guys, they're there. So yeah, obviously you have an 89 implied total. You're going to want to get some Alabama pieces.
Man, if you're stacking Phylon with Holloway or Sherrill, it's almost like I'm gonna have to find my way to Trey Holloman at 3,200. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, because you want to get involved in this one, and if you're gonna get a couple of players that you feel like you're gonna have to find somebody in that's super super cheap, right? And Trey Holloman is somebody that we talked about earlier as a pivot, but like, he's a guy where if he hits, right? Like, and even if he doesn't, you're paying 3,200 for him, right? And if you get these ceilings out of these guys on this Alabama side, you just need anything at all out of your cheapie. So something to consider there as you consider stacking these guys in this game on this side. How about the Oklahoma side, though? We got Cam asking, what's up with this Oklahoma pricing? Yeah, exactly. And at home, underpriced, and most of them are pretty good plays here. Let's start with Tay Davis here. Awesome cash play with tourney upside at 7,100. You like the minutes floor that we've seen here over the last 3 games, 32 or more in all of those. Just a mega pace up here, right? So I love that with all of his rates. He's the most expensive play on this side, right? But again, all these guys are underpriced, and we're gonna have to try to get to somebody on this side for sure, at least one.
Yeah, I mean, I would say at least 2 probably, honestly. Yeah, Xavier Brown, 6,600, kind of a nicer floor piece. I'm more interested, in the cheaper guys, right? But yeah, I mean, he's there. So probably not gonna be owned because of where Pack and Reed are, which is drawing some attention, obviously, in the chat. Steve saying that, Mosier after getting blown out, kind of blowing up the minutes. So that's kind of why the prices are down. Yeah, I had Nigel Pack on that slate, and he was like 0 for 6 at halftime. I'm willing to bet he's not 0 for 6 at halftime in this one. I'm going to probably play him in probably every lineup. So I'll have fun with that. But man, look at the tempo. Like this is the spot where you want to target against Alabama. Just so many possessions in this game. Oklahoma's at home. It's a massive team total. Reed, yeah, you just never know what you're gonna get out of him, man. Just really volatile. It is a revenge spot, right? Played at Alabama last year. He's just not really a focal point of the offense, but man, at 4,900, like he doesn't in this many possessions, like you don't have to do that much. But really just a tourney play. He could play 20 minutes here. He could play 32 minutes here. But yeah, Davis, Brown, Pack, Reed. I'm not gonna fault you for playing any of those guys in this matchup here, man.
We
And
love a trip down on Narrative Street. We love a good revenge spot for sure.
yeah, and then Steve calling out London Jemison from Alabama, who, yeah, he has been fouling in the mid 4K range. He's another option. Basically, you want to get to as many pieces. Obviously, there's such a clear discrepancy between this game and all the other games. Like we said, 9 games. We got 6 under 150. We got the 2 at 155, and then you're sitting here at 174. So yeah, it took us 8 games to get here, but we finally got a game where we feel really good. So yeah, it's just kind of one of those things, man. Got to figure out the right combination in this game, as Jay would say.
No doubt about it. And now we got to go from a game with a 174-point implied total to one that's under 150, but barely. And we'll get to that right now with UCLA and Ohio State. But make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Show your broskies in basketball some love. We would love to see you in the live chat as well. So hit those buttons. Hit the notification bells, man. Hit the notification bells for sure, because you're getting not just us, but you get the ball knowers in the live chat as well. All the info's been flowing so much tonight, and we definitely appreciate that. You get me and Mike on your viewing device. Who wouldn't want that? We know some of you are probably waking up in the morning, sipping on your cup of Joe and eating your fruitios or whatever you're eating, and starting your day off with us, prepping your lineups for this noon Eastern tip of this 9-game slate. And we are on game number 9 here with UCLA and Ohio State. So let's start with the Bruins side here. Sky Clark is out. And yeah, man, I mean, Ohio State is hosting this one, right? But it's not like they've been very good defensively, not of late especially. So for the Bruins, you got Tyler Bilodeau, an absolute nuke job the last time out. And of course, with that nuke comes the old price bump, right? So with the 40+ fantasy point upside, he's in the spendo player pool, but I don't think we have to, man. Not at this team total of 73 implied points. And I don't like paying for the guy right after he goes off, and then we gotta, it's gonna. I hate doing it so much, and very rarely do you get that same value after it anyway. So
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't think you have to. If you want to, okay, because the ceiling's there, but I don't think you have to.
I'm more interested in the 2 guys that have kind of fallen off here. Trent. So we got to talk about Trent Perry first being more expensive than Donovan Dent. I would have lost so much money if you ever told me that at any point during the season,
What a time.
barring injury, that Trent Perry would be more expensive than Donovan Dent, and it's happened. I played Trent Perry on a couple lineups the other night. I think I was 50% on him. Went off for 45. Penn State, terrible defense. I'm not doing that here in a 73 implied total at Ohio State. Even with Sky Clark out, I would much rather play Donovan Dent because the rule it's not changed. He has the ball in his hands a ton. He's got stock upside. Bruce Orton defense obviously is a little annoying, but like this guy we're paying 9K for. So why would I not try it at 7,800?
He's going to be out there.
Yeah, with the type of player, and he could easily play 36, 37 minutes here.
Bingo.
And then Eric Daly is getting the opposite treatment of, Bilodeau here, completely falling off, right? Just Cronin, right? He just come off playing 3 straight over 30 minutes. I didn't catch the game, so I'm not sure. I think he was just benched. I didn't see any injury news on him or anything like that. So you're getting the drop off on a guy we would play him at 6,500, 6,800. So why would we not, with this position flexibility at 5,600, why would we not take some shots at a guy that has 25 to 35 fantasy point upside, even in a tough road environment, man. So yeah, I think Dent and Daly for sure in tournaments. Why not?
Gonna have to find somebody in that mid 5K range always. It feels like to sort of settle things out, and Daly's definitely an option there in that price point area, if you will. Let's start the other side here with Ohio State, 76 implied points. And we do finish with the team over 300th in bench minutes used, 311. Shout out to Ohio State for, you know, letting us know
Thank
what we're
you.
going on. Obviously, Tilly is questionable with the rib and head and anything else. Just name a part of. I mean, it's if he was in hockey, they would just say an upper body injury probably for Tilly here. But
He's got upper and middle body injuries.
exactly, yeah, abdominal and upper injuries. And it sounds like he might play question mark. I don't know, man. It's something. It's one of those questionables to pay attention to for sure. And they're not really going to use their bench anyway. If there's not any fouls, like we know who we're going to get, and
Yeah,
and
they
we're
don't
going
want
to
to use the
get
bench.
no, and we're going to get Bruce Thornton, right? 9,900, man. Like,
Golly. Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind him, I guess, because it's not like who's gonna lock him up, but yeah, there you go, Stan, right there. Like, I mean, I don't trust Dent to lock up Thornton, so I mean, you're just paying. This is expensive, man. Like,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
paying for the floor here. Obviously, you know what the floor is. It's about 30, right? Like, you just almost guaranteed in that 30 fantasy point range or higher. There's other spend ups, man. There's other spend ups.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we kind of lined out the slate, right? Like, it's like Pylon's an easier click for $500 cheaper. These other guys, like if Tilly's out the floor for Royal and Bynum at 77 and 7,300, it goes up. Their shot rate would obviously increase, but they're not guys that go for like 40. You know what I mean? And at 7,700 for Royal, I need 35 plus. Like, they're not going to do that. They've been playing the minutes, right? Tilly helps a little bit, but yeah, it's kind of a pass for me. John Mobley, I can't. I like using Mobley when it's like a 3-game slate, and like, nobody's gonna play him, and he's like
Yeah,
overpriced. I'm just playing him 100%,
put him
and
in.
I'm just praying that either Gordon fouls or he hits his threes because he takes a million of them with these super shot dependent. Yeah, there's no reason to go here, man. We kind of, I mean, yeah, Daly just got doghoused. Yeah, exactly. So, Trent Perry season, man, that's wild. I think I'm gonna take shots on Dent instead, though.
Love how lively the liveliest live chat in all of college basketball was tonight. Even though Darren's coming in here taking shots at me in my super safe cash core four that you're going
Yeah,
to get before Mike's tournament core four. But either way, we've got some plays for you to help start your lineup. So make sure before we get there, hit the like and subscribe buttons. Do your part in the one and done universe. Show your broskies in basketball some love. Definitely would appreciate that. Shout out to our guy Eric the Blue, got the studio ready tonight too. Forgot to mention him earlier. Our guy at Fantasy Nav, Napesy Hustle pushing the buttons tonight. Me and Mike doing our thing on your screen here. But let's not wait any longer here. Let's get to the core four and more. All right, cash core first. Mike, you talked about it earlier. One of the first guys that I'm going to click anytime I open the app working on this Saturday slate, and it's Nigel Pack, 5,700. Too good for this pace, too good for this team total. They're playing at home. I really like him, 5,700. You got Abdullah, I mentioned him earlier as a little tease. He's in my cash core here, 6,700, 35 minutes, big time role, solid floor, somebody that you got to consider if you're playing some double ups here. Tay Davis, 7,100, the Oklahoma forward, same story as Pack. And then Kadir Copeland, 7,500, an absolute bounce back spot for him. And he's lived in that 30 fantasy point range all season long. If he can get me there, that's 4K. And if he can get me to 36, 37, we're cooking, man. So give me Copeland, Tay Davis, Abdullah, and Pack in my cash core for Is Pack 30 years old yet? We're getting up there, man. We're getting up there, John.
What up, Johnny K? He's calling for a Zooby Dooby Doo, although Zooby's not on this slate. But we appreciate Johnny K stopping by even when it's a DFS show, you know?
Hey, good to see you. Hey, you know, we love it when everybody drops in. And, you know, we got all the characters are here tonight, the whole cast, the whole gang. The gang's all here, as they say.
Yeah.
In the one and done universe here. The gang is all here. So that was my cash core pack. Oculus Davis, Tay Davis, and Kadir Copeland for NC State. Now let's get to it here. Darren asking Mike to live dangerously tonight.
Dude, I'm going to live disgustingly
the curveball. Give him the heater, Mikey. What do you got for your tournament core for?
So ridiculous, man. I can't believe I'm going to say this first name, but I'm going to say Adam Budgar from Seton Hall at 5,600. Like, if you want a safer attorney type play that's more risky because of the matchup, you can play Finley Bizjack for $500 cheaper. But yeah, I just think Adam Clark, the way it profiles, the way he can get into the lane, the way that Butler can't defend anything at the rim, he takes a bunch of pull-up twos with a 4% steal rate, and they can't take care of the ball. Like, I feel like this is kind of a good spot for him to drop like a 32 fantasy point game. Tez DeRitter or Grimlow at 6,600, right? These Virginia forwards, like, they can pop off for a big game. It's tough though, right? Because they do play a couple of other bigs, so they've really got to be effective and efficient for it at these price tags here, man. Donovan Dent, we just talked about him at 7,800. Like, he's a 9K player. I'm always going to take shots, especially in a close game environment. Both teams need this win. He's $2,100 cheaper than Bruce Thornton in the same game. I'm going to take shots on Dent here, and then obviously the clear cut is LeBaron Philon. You just click his name. I beg Jay. I'm like, I have to have him, even though he makes a lot of sense as a cash target as well. So, yeah, man, there's just a lot of different ways to go. There's a lot of weird, cheap value. Yeah, I mean, Steve was saying if Tilly sits that, I mean, in Joven or whatever, he had like 12 fantasy points in 20 minutes off the bench. Okay. And then you got like these weird spin ups, Jay, like Harris Reed, right? 9,200. Like, it feels weird. Boopy Miller, max price, 10-1.
Not in on max price Boopy.
You know what I mean? You got Gillespie, who's more of a cash guy. It feels like the first thing you do is you click Philon and you click pack. And then you kind of just work with the rest of your lineup. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you've got plenty of options to do kind of whatever you want. Yeah, I think it's going to be a fun one, man. Tim C.
Tim. What's up, Tim?
Saying Tay Davis or Bill. Yeah, I'm going to have to. That's a big price discrepancy. I think Bilodeau's 8,500. Tay Davis is 7,100. So, yeah. If you're playing something safer, smaller, Davis, if you're trying to get weird, Bilodeau chasing that. I mean, he's still Mick Cronin loves that guy. So, it's just you're paying ceiling price tags for him, so don't love it. Can we trust it? No, but that's why he's in my tournament core.
I was gonna say, man, this ain't about trust.
Hell no, dude. I'm either in last. I'm either in last or I'm hopefully near the top. Like, there's not really an in between for me. I never have the ones that finish right in the middle. So
that's true. I've seen the results.
You've seen it. Like, it's just like what the hell is that?
It's here or it's here. Like, there's nothing here. They're all like, yeah. But I love it, man. And that's what we're about. We're trying to chase those big prize totals. We're chasing commas, and we're trying to get this bread here on a one and done. So make sure you hang out with us anytime that you can, just like Johnny K said that he does. We'd love to see that. We'd love to see everybody in the live chat. We're just talking ball, talking shop. You got DFS shows like this. You have our instant reactions to games like we did the other night earlier this week on Wednesday. We got Mountain West simulcast coming down the pike as those conference games start to heat up a little bit. It's with some bigger matchups. We have our Sunday news and notes show. You don't want to miss anything that we're doing here on One and Done. So make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons. Hit the notification bells as well. Yes, the bread coma. Yeah, we're going for the bread coma. Darren had this whole thing, if you missed it, a couple of shows ago, talking about bread and coma. Anyways. It's good. Trust me.
We're
chasing this bread.
Okay, I got you.
Oh,
Tim.
Okay, nice, Tim.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they're the same price, yeah. I mean, I still go with the guy in the better matchup, right? Because you're not going to get like a huge discrepancy in ownership like you would when they're $1,400 apart. So I would play Tay Davis in that one. Great show, Steve.
Philon is Jeff's Blue Chew. I love it. We should get. I bet Blue Chew would sponsor us, man. I bet we could get. I bet we could get a Blue Chew ad. Thanks to Forklift. Thanks to Steve. Thanks to Darren. Can the Longhorns make a deep NIT run? How dare you, sir? Thanks to Stan.
None of that.
Johnny K. Who else has been here?
Cam. C. Thuggin.
Yeah, C. Thuggin, the godfather of Iowa bowling, hanging out with us. Warren hopping in there too tonight. Who else? Let me scroll back a little bit. Who else do we have in here? Steve, Stan, Johnny, everybody.
Jason B.
The live chat was so on fire tonight that I can't even get back to everybody. Tyler, of course. Yeah, man. What a good live chat it was tonight. Zach, good to see you in there, man. I love it when we have the live chat on fire, and I love it when we see your lineups on fire too. So make sure when you get those green screens tomorrow that you tag us at One and Done CBB on the socials. We'd love to see them. We'd love to hear from you. If you want a One and Done avatar for your DraftKings account so you can show it off as you grace those leaderboards, let us know. We can get you one. Thanks for showing us some love. We definitely appreciate that. Thanks to Stan for showing us love there at the end of the chat as well. Thanks to Nate for pushing the buttons. Thanks to our guy Biggs for getting the studio ready. And thanks to that man sharing the viewing device with me around here. He's known as El Capitan himself, the captain of the One and Done ship at MC Holland 34 on X, the OG Money Mike, Mr. Mike Holland. I love it when Johnny hops in the chat. We love it when everybody does, and we love it when you hang out with us, as always. Push on the notification bells. We got it all coming up here on One and Done, man. Good luck on a Saturday slate. Take care of yourselves, please. Tell somebody that you love them.
Go Niners.
Hey, bang, bang, Niner gang. That's for our guy, Nate. I said it. Mike won't say that. I'll say it for Nate. That's okay. Bang, bang, Niner gang. And go Texans, too, on Sunday. Shout out to everybody. All right.
Go Bears.
Good luck, everybody. Hey, I forgot. Are you a Bears fan again? I thought you got off that train. Anyways, until next time, my name is JAYHEINRICH. Come again.